Welcome, welcome, everybody. Thank you. We're back. And thank you for well, I'm going to say you enjoyed it because I did. Thank you for enjoying the Reset 2020 finale. And right now we're going to have our talkbacks. As you know, our talkbacks are go deep. So be ready for go deepness. We'll be meeting everyone in the team, and I'd like to also thank, before we move forward, our amazing technical team: Kira Bowie, Fave Coffin, Santos Coyoto, and Veronica Vera. They made this possible, this virtual performance world that we're in. You need a team, and they were the team that we needed. My name is Magali Kaliman Christopher. I'm the artistic director and founder of Conch Shell Productions. We just want to take this time to let you know that if you really loved, as I know you did, if you really loved what you saw and you want to see more of plays by writers of color that are really moving and touching, then please donate. Donate to Conch Shell Productions, donate to Kumukaua Theater, donate to Brata Productions. No amount is too small, just donate. Okay, I used to say if you could buy a Starbucks coffee, then donate to Starbucks coffee. But people aren't going to Starbucks as much anymore since where we are in our journey. But donate. Now, part of the magic of theater over Zoom is the ability to bring together artists from all around the world. I'm going to say all the way around the world because you'll hear in a moment why I'm saying that. Not really around the world, but across oceans. And we brought them together to collaborate. So let's start with each member of the creative team. And what I'm going to ask you is to share your name. I know we could see it on the screen, but share it anyway, because claim your beautifulness and your role in the production and where you're joining us from. If you want to share the name of the natives of the land that you live in, that's great. But if you just want to say the amazing state that you're living in, that's also great. And since this is Zoom, I don't know where everybody is. So I'm going to go ahead and just look to my right. And I'm going to say, hi, Damien Joel. I'm going to introduce Damien Joel because Damien is joining us. He was one of our amazing directors from our previous evenings. And we've invited some of our writers and directors to join us. And many are really busy because they're so amazing. Damien is with us. Go ahead and give us that awesome information. Your name, where you're located, and the production that you're a part of.
Okay, sure. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much again for this opportunity. The name is Damien Joel. My pronouns are he, him, his. And I was privileged and honored to direct Tissues for Issues, performed and written by Jovan Black. And I'm currently based in Bushwick, Brooklyn.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Thank you. Tisiono, Amos. I want an applause because I got it right. Come on, Carl. You're always telling me to get it right. All right, thank you, thank you.
Yes, I am See You Now. I was just in the scene by Kimye Everard. I was playing the daughter, and I also directed Craig and myself in that.
That's an amazing feat.
Yeah.
And where are you now?
I am in Hawaii right now, in Honolulu.
So, you know, the office manager at Kumukuhua Theater. So she is working on all fronts for the theater right now.
Direct, act, do everything. Love it. BK Cannon.
Hi, yeah, I'm BK.
Hi.
I was in Girls Dance by my good friend Kiana Rivera. I'm from Hawaii, but I am based in Los Angeles right now.
Los Angeles in the house. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fave Coffin.
I'm never ready to unmute myself. Hi, I'm Faith Coffin. I'm originally from Florida, but I am in Hawaii right now. I've been the stage manager for this project through the Kumukuhua Theater.
Wonderful. Thank you. Kiki, aka Kiana Rivera.
Hi, I'm Kiki, aka Kiana Rivera. I am the writer and co-director of Girls Dance. I'm on the land of the Kanaka Maoli, the Hawaiian people of Hawaii.
Wonderful. Thank you. Mijan.
Hi, my name is Mijan. I'm from Jamaica, and I'm currently in South Florida which is the land of the Seminoles.
Awesome.
I directed America.
And one more credit, Mijan. Come on, tell them the truth. Tell them the credit. Our music, our soundtrack for our film.
Yes, I contributed some music.
Yes, you did. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome.
Sajine, c'est ma juste. Thank you. Sajine, c'est ma juste.
Hi everyone, my name is Sajine Simajus and I am residing in Toronto, Canada, and I was Somadina in Ants and Garlic.
And Candace Atkins.
Hey, my name is Candace Atkins. I'm currently in Harlem, New York, and I played Chioma in Ants and Garlic.
And where did you say you were? In Brooklyn?
No, Harlem.
Harlem, wonderful. And Kira Bowie. Unmute.
Always. Hi, my name is Kira Bowie. I am from Freehold, New Jersey, and I am based in New York, and I'm the stage manager for Conchal.
Wonderful. Santos Collado.
Hello, my name is Santos Collado. I'm from the Lower East Side, Manhattan, the original land of the Muncie Lenape, and I am the stage manager for Brata Productions. And in this week, we put on America.
Wonderful. Father, I think your name is actually Craig. Well, like Father is cool. You might have to unmute, Craig.
Hello, my kako. My name's Craig Howes. I'm living in the Payaina, Hawaii, on the Moko of Oahu, Kekuhehewa. I live on Wa'ahila Ridge. If I turn the camera around, I could show you Leahi or Diamond Head out the window.
Wow.
I was father in Kimi Everhard's Peace Things.
Wonderful. Carlene Taylor.
Hi, I'm Carlene, and I'm in Queens, New York. I was the flight crew member in America.
Wonderful. Jovan Andy. We're not hearing you, Jovan.
So you're unmuted, but we're not hearing you.
So I'm going to come back to you once you figure out. Oh yeah, you are muted. So unmute if you can. There you go. Oh, I still can't hear you.
Still not working.
You may have to log out and come back in. What do you
click
think?
the little up arrow beside the mute button to your sound settings while we go on, and then you can see, you can maybe your sound is on your earphone and
wonderful.
Play around.
Mateo Moreno.
Hello, I'm Mateo. I wrote a play a couple of weeks ago, week 3, Pitch. That was my play. I have been a Brooklyn boy for many, many years of my life. I just recently headed to Queens. I'm freshly Queens. And my pronouns are he, him, his. And I am on the land of Canarsie and the Muncie Lenape.
Awesome. Jeannie, welcome back. You might have to unmute. You will have to unmute. Where did she go? Oh, there she is.
I'm right here. Hi, Jeannie Broga. Hi.
Hi.
I'm in the Bay Area. I wrote 6 back way back. Directed by Wakahele, and it's a real honor to be a part of this group. I keep listening to everybody talk about where they're from and their backgrounds and the amount of experience they have and theater coming together, and it's just so exciting because it means we're still doing it. So I thank you all, and I'm very proud to be a part of this.
Thank you. Yvette Gagne.
Hi everyone, my name is Yvette Gagne. I'm in Brooklyn, New York, and the land of the Muncie Lenape people, and I was director of Ants and Garlic. Thank you.
Onya Kachi Iwu. Do you mind if I say your full name, or do you want me to say your shorter name?
Anyakachi is good. So
okay.
I'm Anyakachi Iwu, and I'm the playwright for Ants and Garlic, and I'm based in New Jersey.
Wonderful. One of them ears is back.
How you doing? How's everything?
Hi.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm Juan Ramirez Jr. I'm in the Boogie Down BX, Muncie Lenape people. I was a playwright for the second week, March by June. I have to write this down because if I don't, I'm forget. That was the second week, directed by Yvonne Penn and starring Kayla King, and it was awesome. It was awesome. It was a great experience. I'll just leave it there. Yeah, thanks for having me back.
Thank you, Veronica. Unmute, darling.
Hi everyone, I'm Veronica. I am living in Hawaii, and I am the person who made everything go live.
Yeah, and if you see her room, she's a tech genius for this event. Undeniable. Tony Passion or Passion? Help me out, Tony.
Passion.
Passion.
Hi, everyone. Hi and aloha. My name is Tony Passion, and I was dancing in Girls Dance, spoken beautifully by BK Cannon and directed by Donna and Kiki, who also wrote the piece. And shout out to Faith, our stage manager, very helpful. And I am tuning in from the land of the Tongva people in Los Angeles.
Wonderful. Next, we have Jovan Black. Jovan, please put your mic on. Wonderful.
Hi. How's
Hi.
everyone doing?
Good. So I don't know if you joined us at the top. Everybody's giving their name and the production that they were involved with and where you are at this time in your journey, location-wise.
Okay. Well, my name is Jovan Black, and I'm the writer and actor for Tissues for Issues, which was directed by Damien Joel. And right now I am in Brooklyn, East Flatbush, all day, every day.
Awesome. Welcome. And we have Nyanda Kamuk, who was with us last week. Correct me if I pronounce your name incorrectly. I'm always doing it. I'm sorry.
It's Nyanda. Hi, I'm Nyanda Kamuk, yes, writer of I Cannot, which was directed by Tisha Duncan. And I'm with Brata Productions.
Wonderful. Javon, Andy, are you ready to claim your space? I can't hear you, Javon. I'm so sorry. We'll come back.
If you want to type in the chat, we'll say what you got.
Exactly.
He's a playwright for America. He was a playwright.
America, the opening piece, all right?
He's the playwright, Jovan Andy.
All right.
What we're doing?
So we have. So we usually. I'm sorry. We usually take questions from the audience. Javon, are you speaking?
Are you hearing me now or no?
Yes.
Great. Hello everyone. My name is Jovan Andy, and I'm from the sun-drenched island of Jamaica. Currently, I reside in Kew Gardens in Queens, and I'm the playwright for America.
Yeah. Welcome. Okay, so we normally take questions from the audience, and our stage manager is saying we've got a lot of love coming from the audience. A lot of love, a lot of praise, but no questions. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into a question. And actually, wait. Okay. No questions. All right, great. So the question I'm going to ask is for everyone. So how did rehearsing and performing from home change your process? And how easy or difficult was it to shift out of your performance mental state or the directing mental state or the writer mental state in your home space? And the reason why we're asking this is a number of audience members have been curious about that. And because the content that we've been presenting it's about making change, and change really sometimes hurts. And you've got to push buttons to evoke change. So just feel free to hit the hand button so I'll know who wants to answer that question if you want to jump in there and volunteer your answer. And if I don't see your hand, because we've got 2 pages of wonderful people, then just raise your hand and I'll see you, hopefully. Anyone? Takers? Call it out if I don't see you, because I'm going back and forth between the pages. Yes, one.
I'll jump in. It's funny when you just asked that, because I was like, well, as a playwright, I'm always home writing. You know, that was like my first thought. Like, well, I'm always home though. But then what's interesting is that I was just made more aware of it. You know, like I'm home, I'm writing, and it's like, yeah, okay, what does the stage look like? What are the actors, so on and so forth. But now it's like, but I'm home, and then I'm gonna see this home, and we're gonna be home, and that process, I don't know, and in a very, I'll use the word interesting. I don't know if that's the best word. In a very interesting way, it was nice to be in people's homes and people in your home. There was a community, you know. The same thing you feel like, you know, when you go see a play and everybody's on the stage together praising. It still felt like that. And in some way more so, because like, this is my home and I'm here and hey, you're over there. So I think that helped in my process of feeling the community before even writing the words down.
Wow.
And I thought that was really awesome. And that took me, and I mean, I did it, what was like 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, I was feeling that even today. So I think that's that really took over me. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, that was my.
Thank you so much for sharing. Anyone else? And like I said, we have 2 pages. So if I don't see you put your hand up, just call it out. So you just, yes, Santos.
Just on a logistic level, we had some artists, mainly on the East Coast here, but we had an artist in Jamaica who was an hour behind us, and a director in Chicago. So we had some time zone issues, or not issues, but just things to be aware of, and we're scheduling rehearsals and making sure everyone has the right times. I also created a little desk for myself in my room, which I never had before, just to keep me out of my room space and into the working environment. I think that's one thing you can do. Just giving little tips, making sure everyone's on the same page in terms of connection, and giving people the extra time to get on, set up their space, because there is still a setup that you need to do as an actor in a piece, making sure that your backdrop, whatever you have behind you, is all ready. So yeah, just giving yourself the extra time. I would say creating a separate space within your house to really bear down and work, and just being aware of time zone differences and where everyone is in the country and the world.
Thank you, Santos. Yvette Gagne, you raised your hand.
Yes, I did. I would like to share that acting and directing, directing, actually I'm directed for this. Directing on Zoom is a very different animal. And this has been an experience of a lot of growth and development and discovery for how to tell a story on Zoom. But the main components of connecting, understanding the play, understanding the development with the playwright, and the actors understanding the beats and the characters and the story arcs was pretty much the same. And once I discovered that as a way into the work, it was very helpful to focus on what we could focus on. And there's such a time limit for this process. Zoom is very energy zapping. And the producers were very conscious of that, I think, in how time was scheduled. So the amount of time that we had to put this together, even though it was short, we were able to actually get a lot done in a shorter period of time. So I would love if my actors could chime in, because I do believe for one of them, this may have been her first time acting on Zoom. And the process of connecting to another person is, and to feel them is something that takes practice. And I'm so proud of them. And I think that they really accomplished that. I have so much joy for their connections and writing the beats and how they were able to tell that story. So
Yeah.
I could go on and on, but I won't.
I don't see any of your actors ready to jump in, so we're going to move on to an audience. Oh, there you go, Candace. Go for it.
Yeah, I think piggybacking off Yvette, right? I think it can be a little bit of a challenge, especially with something so like real and grounded and emotionally driven, to like you're in your bedroom, you know, and like actors, we self-tape, like you're trying to make it all make sense and make it the same way, like keep your brain in like the same kind of auditioning, or I'm actually in the theater, I'm actually in the space with the other actor, but it's different, and that's just what it is. And so that's like an obstacle in and of itself, like when performing the piece, like we have to overcome getting distracted or zoning out and remaining focused on like what's in front of us. So I'm really grateful to have Sajine on this journey because she made it really easy for me. So, and thank you to Yvette who pushed me, and thank you to Kachi for the beautiful words. It was brilliant.
It was wonderful to see the work. It was beautiful. So we have a question about the medium. So they wanted to know if all these plays are written for the medium, and that's a question for the playwrights. So I'd love to hear your feedback. So playwrights, you can jump on in and say yay or nay. You can, yes, Kachi.
Yeah, I think when I started this process, I was thinking specifically, I want to utilize the medium. Because I think I wrote this around the time the play is set, around like late March when everything had initially shut down. And I was thinking about what could plays look like right now? And this was before anyone had really, like, it's grown into such a like phenomenon. It's so beautiful seeing all the different ways that we're utilizing this space. So I kind of put myself to a challenge of like, let me try to write a Zoom play. What would happen? And that's where I kind of evolved from there. Like, okay, who's going to be in the conversation? What are they going to talk about? Yeah.
Awesome. Any other playwrights want to chime in?
Yeah, if I may quickly. Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just wondering. So if I may quickly, mine was also written around the same time period.
Was it written for the medium?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Definitely. I felt like specifically based on what was happening, I felt, you know, social media and what we have now going, it's like it's the only way for us to really see what's really happening, for us to really know what's really happening. And so for me, I felt that it was very needed. It was very necessary for me to channel, because I said before, I never did the whole protesting and so on and so forth. So I felt like, you know, this was a way for me to do my part, to reach young people, because it's something that's really being utilized by younger people, of course. I mean, older people use it too, but predominantly for the younger folks. So this was definitely,
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. And back to the conference. Do any other of the playwrights want to chime in, or are you all in agreement? Jovan.
Yeah. Okay. So as for my piece, America, I would say yes, it was written for this medium, and no, it wasn't written for this medium because of the dynamics of the performance itself. I think moving to Zoom theater really created a space or an opportunity for us to bring our stories in a way that can be accessed by almost everyone. Because if we should look at contemporary theater in America or around the world, not all writers get the opportunity to present their work. So when I got this opportunity, I revisited my piece, and interestingly, I was having a conversation with Mijan, the director of America, and she was asking me the time frame in which I had written the piece, because what was in the piece is so relevant today. So yes, it was written for this medium because it's through this medium that audiences are aware of these issues. And no, it wasn't, because it's an issue that is very relevant today.
Thank you so much. We have another question specifically about a title. So we're creating arts for social change, and title usually touches the audience. And the question is for Kachi. Where did you get the title Ants and Garlic? And what's the other part of it? What sparked the inspiration for the piece for yourself? I know that you shared that you wanted to write a piece for the medium, and this audience member would love to know the answer to that question.
Yeah. So the title came after I wrote the piece. I would say Ants and Garlic basically represents the anxiety that we're all feeling during this time, and what are we doing to cope with it. So the ants is the anxiety, the garlic is like us all trying to cook right now, trying to pick up all these hobbies, baking bread, like that one Facebook friend that got blocked. We're just trying to relearn things and trying to connect ourselves in different ways to ourselves, possibly to our cultures, our communities. And also that kind of represents the two sisters, where the sister Chioma is the garlic, whereas Somadina is the ants. And they seem like these two things that don't really go together, but they do kind of work off of each other in a way. So that's where the title came from. In terms of inspiration, I would definitely say partially from like definitely all my friends that I consider sisters. I have only all brothers. But I have a lot of women in my life that I consider sisters. And so like kind of the ways that we've in some ways connected more over this current medium than we ever have before. I feel a lot closer to a lot of them right now. I kind of started from this place of this like sisterhood, and in terms of like them being Nigerian American specifically, shout out to Iwu Nation. So all my cousins, like we all have been reconnecting through Zoom as well. So it's like this idea of like people really reflecting on the idea of time and like what does it mean to reconnect with each other right now, and being very intentional about the ways we're reaching out to each other right now. I noticed that especially early on that everyone wanted to reach out to each other, reconnect, and make sure everybody was good. So I kind of connected all those things into this idea of like these two sisters who have been kind of estranged, but now feel like this pressure to like reconnect and maybe address some things that they haven't ever spoken about before.
Beautiful, thank you. So we started this sharing process, and it's called Popcorn, and it was inspired by Carl, who brought it up. So we're going to go around, and you're going to say one or two words that come to mind when you think of tonight's event, our finale, the work, the words that may have struck you, because there are a lot of words that struck me tonight. So we're going to go around and play Popcorn. So one or two words that come to your mind when you think, and of course I'm going to start with Damien, because he's right next to me on this wall that I'm looking at. And unmute, because I'm going to be pointing at you and say popcorn. Okay, Damien.
Resonant.
Heart awakening. Oh, you can't see me pointing at you. Tsuyono. Okay, tell me how to say it properly.
Do you know?
Yeah. Thank you.
Veronica got it. My word would be humbling.
Carl, is he frozen?
So good.
So good. So good. Sergey.
Community.
Yeah. Faith.
Beyond grateful.
Beyond grateful. Kiki.
Vulnerable.
Vulnerable. Sajin.
Challenging and forgiveness.
Donna.
Grateful and inspired.
Yeah. Candace.
Love.
Love. Craig.
Different.
I'm sorry?
Different.
Different. Mateo.
Powerful.
Powerful. Yvette.
Affirming.
Affirming. Kachi.
Truth.
Truth. Juan.
Change.
Change. Veronica.
Relatability.
Relatability. Nyanda.
2 words, damn and necessary.
Damn and necessary. Jovan.
Needed.
Huh?
Needed.
Needed. Santos.
Fulfilling.
Fulfilling. Jeannie.
Synchronicity.
Synchronicity. Mijan.
First, I just want to say Nanda took my word. It's necessary.
No words are necessary?
Yeah, but I think family.
Family, yes, yes. Harry.
Dizzy.
Dizzy?
Yeah.
Dizzy. Jovan.
Mental orgasm.
Not Javan, but Jovan. I'm sorry if I mispronounced.
Yeah, when you said Jovan before, Jovan spoke. So Jovan.
Oh, yo. So bad. So
We're all
sorry.
good.
We're all good. Go ahead, Javan.
Mental orgasm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
That was
rocking.
worth waiting
I
for.
like that. Carla's like, clap, clap, clap. Tony. Tony.
Connected.
Connected. Charlene.
Arresting and thought-provoking.
Arresting and thought-provoking. Kira.
Community and growth.
Community and growth. Did I hit everyone? Because I'm clicking back and forth. Thank you. So, this is our closing. And I'm going to cry. So let me just get through this. Our producers, we want to thank you. So I wrote something because when I'm emotional, I can't think. So I'm going to read it. In the lyrics of What's Going On, Marvin Gaye wrote, "We've got to find a way to bring some understanding here today." I would say that every artist who participated in the Reset series did just that. I mean, I was writing down lines from Ants and Garlic that just hit me in the core, that made me rethink things like, I don't know how to keep productive when I feel dead. I mean, how many people are feeling that right now? My hope is that all artists will awaken their own unique voices and create work that will encourage humanity to not suffer under systems. Express yourself and plan for how to affect change inside and outside systems. You each have the power to create art that will encourage humanity to just wake up, to be more humane throughout time. Just like Marvin Gaye, listening to his song, he still shakes me. He still awakens me. He still reminds me. Now, we produce art that awakens at Conch Shell Productions, and Reset Theater Coalition is proof positive that we are not alone. Keep on creating. Everyone in the Reset community, everyone watching, you keep on creating. You're essential, and we value you and know we want to hear your work. And just as was shared, now with this social media platform with Zoom Theater, get your work out there. Affect change. I'm passing the baton to Sergey.
I can't match the passion that was just shared. But maybe I'm inspired by America. I've been thinking about that, the part in the speech where they say that the exit might be behind you. And I think that one of the things that the past 3 months has shown is that what the path of progress is not necessarily a straight line. And out of a lot of the chaos of the pandemic, of Black Lives Matter, of the general madness, has been coming together and forming this community has allowed us to have a vision for change and have a vision for connecting in ways that we did not imagine was how we probably wanted to build those communities 6 months ago. So I'm inspired, and I want to keep in mind that the exit might be behind you. It might not be where you're looking for it. And I hope to take that inspiration with me moving forward. So thank you, everybody. And so I'm going to hand it over to Harry.
Mic on, Harry. Mic on. You're not getting out of this, baby.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm looking at this paper in front of me where it has Magali's speech on it, and then I have nothing. And I mean, yeah, the wind was knocked out of me. I know that inspiration means you take in air, but I mean, every Friday I get the wind knocked out of me because I get that reminder. You know, I think that all art gives you, you know, that the reminder that you're not alone, that this picture has captured a beautiful thing that I have seen. This story has said something that I've experienced, a pain I've experienced, or even that it's okay to be alone. You know, that art captures that, and it lets you know that you are not alone in how you feel and how you think and how you dream. And that story is my story, you know, and that being not alone, that capturing your voice, that strengthens you. That thing that lets you know that you're not alone in how you feel and how you think and how you experience the world, that you are not alone. It gives you strength, and that strength could and should make a reset possible. It's the thing that lets you know you're not alone, and I can face this. I can shout, I can whisper, I can comfort, I can walk together with somebody. And then I need to be honest with you. I mean, I've been amazed because I truly have not been part of the process the way that the other producers have, you know, and rather than greeting this new way of telling stories with fear, it has been an adventure, you know, to behold. And then really Veronica and the rest of the team, they've been captains, and they've made that adventure possible. And to be honest, safe when we're facing the danger of whether we can continue to let everybody know you're not alone through these stories. And I'm grateful to all of you. And I pass it on to Donna.
And I'll add to that, the stage managers here, none of us knew what we were doing.
No.
None of us knew what we were doing.
But we're going to do it. We were like,
this has been pieced together, and it's not pieced together with duct tape. They riveted this together, and they deserve all the praise in the world for doing that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I came to Kumukuhua Theater because I have a very strong belief in the power of theater of place, theater by and about the people within a geographic footprint. And there's not very many theaters in the United States that practice that. And through a happy circumstance, I got to come here and work. With all of my myopic white privilege packed up with me, I came thinking it was just another state. And it's not. And I had the beautiful experience of being able to learn about this place and these people and this history through theater. And I started dating, you know, I got on dating apps when I moved here, and I was going out with guys who had been here for decades and did not know this island like I knew it because of theater, because of the power of human stories told for their community. And it rattles me every time I think about the power of that. And here I am in my 50s thinking, all right, I got this. And then a process like this comes along, and every week I have learned more and more to recognize what we share and what we do not share. And I don't know of any better way to experience that other than through theater. I want you all to recognize that the art that you are bringing is changing. I am a white missionary's daughter sitting here privileged to be among you, recognizing how people can absorb this information in this safe environment. So it's important to tell the difficult stories when you are here. Also, we don't talk about this a lot. I don't write this in grant proposals, but taking care of our artists is vitally important. Taking care of you and the power of telling what you are able to bring to the world is important to us, and what you are able to bring to yourselves through this sort of process is so very important, because we really, really, really need you. Thank you. And Carl has the last word.
Oh, wow. Well, people, let me tell you, when you encounter a warrior woman and she says to you that she has an idea and she rallies people together, and you actually answer the call because something inside you says, you know what, this is important, and you see this woman's perseverance and strength and passion. I'm talking about, I'm representing Brata Productions, but Magali Carlene Christopher is something else, right? She basically sent out this call and unmute, clapper, all you need to do. And because, I would have just been sitting going crazy, trying to finish the semester. And I tend to take on a lot of projects and say yes, but I am very happy I said yes to this. Because again, theater saves my life. Theater's been saving my life since I've been in high school, feeling out of place, feeling all the things that people tell you shouldn't feel, right? Art saves my life. Art has saved my life again. Because every Friday in July, we've really challenged each other, and we've opened up this space, new for some people. And, some people are great at the technology. And we just come here and we've come together. Magali's kind of rallied us together. I mean, we're doing stuff with people in Hawaii. I heard Canada's in the building today.
Yeah,
right?
Toronto's in the building.
Like every week.
Jamaica.
Listen, big up Jamaica. I know, because they will totally.
Yes. Yes. Jamaica.
So, and I love this. We're not just doing things that represent us. And that last piece, ants and garlic, I think this is what it's about, right? To get to that end. How many I love yous do we earn? How much love do we earn? And yet that's what all this fighting is about, right? That's what that is all about. Because when we continue to erase each other, then that's where the ants in our belly, the fire, come in, and we're just like, then we have to breathe out, and we have to howl and roar and rip shit up and burn stuff, because it's like we've been kneeling and writing petitions and being very articulate and being nice. And if you grew up in a colonized country like I am, where it's all about dues paying, then you really learn to be polite and you learn to speak a particular way and posture and, dot all the I's and T's. And then you realize, what is it all for? And so we really are challenged to reset. What a wonderful name. And I think we came up with that collaboratively. And that's what theater is. It continues to teach us that. And, I said last week, we can't go back to when this thing comes back, and it was said in the play today, that fear about when you go back. We can't give up the garlic, people. Garlic is a very important spice. So all with that ants in the belly, we need that garlic. It's a healer. And that is the thing that I would like us to leave with, that love right? And that healing. Yes, we started out really fiery. Welcome to America, KKK America, right? Which is now reckoning with itself, but we got to the love. We ended up going back to the love, which is the heart of it. And that's what I think Reset is all about. And am I idealist? Are we all idealists? Yes, that's why we're in theater, right? Dominique Morisseau said the other day, she came to this work for liberation. And I'm telling you, that's what it's about. So, you know, thank you for being a part of this journey with us, for just taking up the mantle to reset, you know, just go out there and kick some butt.
Keep on answering the call, everybody. Answer the call every day. You have the power. You have the power. You have the power.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
There was one, I'm sorry, there was one question in here from Mijan and Jovan. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh,
about the piece.
Mijan and Jovan. Why the choice of the use of a Black actress for the piece? Was it believed that it would be too strong if the words were spoken by a person who was white?
What? Okay.
That's interesting. Mijan.
So interestingly, I got the call to do this after Carlene had already been casted, but I was really happy because I would have casted a Black woman to play it, just because, I mean, apart from the fact that it would be really easy to just have a white person saying this thing, saying these things, right? That would just be the easy way out. But also, you know, when you watch the news, and you have the Candace Owens and the Stacey Dashes and the Kanye's, and the, you know, there are Black people that actually feel this way, and there are Black people that assimilate in a way, and I wanted to bring that up, you know. And so yes, I would have casted, if it were up to me, I would have casted a Black person to play it.
Thank you, Carlene, for bringing our attention to the question. Thank you
I'm so sorry, because I think it's such an important point. And if I may speak, I don't know if I'm allowed.
No, we're the community. We are
Come on, warrior woman. Don't even, I know you.
Yeah, warrior woman.
You're not doing shy today.
No shyness.
Oh my
Speak
goodness.
up, find your voice and speak it. They see, Carlene, you gave us a great ending point. Everyone find your voice. Yes, Yvette.
There was also a question from people in the chat, from someone named Elizabeth, who wanted to know from the actors of Ants and Garlic, what did you do to connect to each other during the piece?
Oh, yes.
And I didn't hear from Sajin yet, and I wanted to open that up to both of them, but give them that opportunity to answer that question.
Thank you.
Sajin was like, I'm out. I'm
I
going
know, I'm so quiet. This was interesting because this was actually my first time doing something like this on Zoom, and acting is listening. But with this medium, I found myself really, I mean, that's really all I had to rely on, was just the sound of Kent's voice. So that was just something that even when I was just rehearsing on my own, I just, as much as I didn't want to assume how she was going to say certain words, but just based off of rehearsals, just remembering what she was feeling during certain times, and just also just leaving some space, leaving it very open for any sort of surprises. I didn't really want to plan anything too much, just in case something switched up, just so we could always be in line with each other, because this is really what it is. And just like learning to communicate through this medium is something that we've been forced to do during this time as well. So that also brought another element into everything. So yeah, it was really interesting.
Thank you for bringing our attention to that question, Yvette. Thank you for sharing, Sajin.
Thanks, Yvette.
Jovan, you wanted to say something?
Yes, if I may add, in line with what the question that was raised for America, working with an airline really gave the inspiration to write the piece, and Candace Owen is the metaphor behind this piece, because having being a person or a female of color, and you are somewhat affirming or denouncing what it is to be Black. It is an issue that is very dominant in our communities, because we were taught and we continue to live and operate as if we're inferior to those that are considered privileged. And I must say that I'm really grateful for this opportunity. Thanks to Carl. Thank you so much, Carl, for this opportunity. Thanks to the Reset group for this opportunity, because we need to have these conversations. And how do we unlearn and revisit things that needs to be addressed? How do we do this? And I'm really, really thankful to Carlene. Carlene, you must say something about this.
Okay, I'll speak. Okay, absolutely. I think people, the metaphor behind your piece was Candace Owens, and I think people like her are very dangerous. They're very dangerous, not just to the Black community, but for those who are looking on, who are white, who are not white, who are everybody else. And the reason she is very important, she's actually dangerous, is that she takes information, factual information, and then she turns it around and she skews your views. And there are some times that you have to stop yourself and say, wait, what did she say? And if you don't know the true context of what she is saying, you might even buy in to the garbage that she tries to perpetuate. And that is something that is distracting from the narrative that we want. And so George Floyd is killed. He says he can't breathe. He's knelt on. And then she goes on, oh, we're making him a martyr. And this is distraction. We're talking about police brutality. We're talking about police brutality. We're talking about how people who are supposed to uphold the law are supposed to speak to everyone and treat everyone equally. And now you're talking about something else. I do not care if he had a load of drugs in the back of a car somewhere. He does not deserve to die. And where in the Constitution does it say, or in the law for that matter, that you as a cop goes to somebody and because you suspect them of a crime, they're worthy, you're supposed to kill them? No way. And so people like her, and there are many of them, we call them coons. I don't know. We call them, the white ones Karens and the Black ones coons. There are plenty of coons out there. We need to re-educate them because they're sending around false narratives that we have to rewrite. We have to take that back. And so I was super passionate about this piece. I was very disturbed for the first, almost all of it, to be honest, because I just kept watching a ton of her videos. She's such a gorgeous girl. She's so poised, and then she opens her mouth and diarrhea comes out. And then I was like, whoa. So we have to fix that. And so the kind of uncomfortable conversations that the piece America, like when you sit in your chair, you're like, wait, what did she say? Like the hard conversations are being brought to the fore. And I think it's absolutely necessary now more than ever.
I love how all the pieces touched on hard conversations. Because that's what we're having to have, and people are trying to avoid it. But the art form is forcing the hard conversations, and that's how you evoke change, right?
We actually had a very, I'm so sorry. We had a very different ending to the piece, and change it because it just started to feel like really heavy, and so that was also a challenge. Was how do we make this light rather than, or make it just make it light rather than going in that very angry or heavy direction, so I'm really grateful to Carlene, I should say publicly, because I changed my mind very, very, very late, and she just kind of like got it, and so thank you.
I agree with your choices so much. I trusted your vision. And I do believe that a lot of what America does is very performative. Like we're so concerned about being politically correct and all of these things. So yes, I think your vision was beautiful. I was ready to be water.
And can I give some kudos to Kiki's directing and Donna's directing of that beautiful, beautiful piece? You just pushed us to a whole new level.
Thank
a whole new
you.
level with what we could do with Zoom. And on this, we have to say thank you and good night.
Before we go,
Oh, yes.
none of this would have happened without Magali, Coleman, Christopher making those calls and getting us here. None of this. Thank you, dear lady.
Thank
I'm
you.
so grateful to you.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you.
Thank
Stick
you.
around for
Thank
the
you.
credit.
Thank you. Thank you.